Good afternoon and welcome to the Victoria Advocate. I'm Becky Cooper, managing editor. We're a few minutes late. It's because it's Crazy Friday. That's the only reason. It's Crazy Friday. The police scanner keeps going off and people call, and it's just Friday. It has to be a full moon Friday. So, but anyway.
Actually, it was last week.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe they're just playing catch up then. I don't know. But with me at the table is
Tony Belander, city editor.
And behind the camera is Meredith Cash, our copy.
Marcel.
What is your title?
Senior copy editor.
Senior copy
Page
editor.
designer.
Bro, you got her to speak.
So Tom will be in later. He's covering football tonight, and Chris is on some PTO time. I guess that's PTO time. It's redundant, isn't it? He's on PTO. So he'll be back Monday. Before we get started, here's a trivia question. It's kind of long, so pay attention. Who said this? Happy day when all appetites controlled, all poison subdued, all matter subjected, mind, all conquering mind, shall live and move the monarch of the world. Glorious consummation, hell fall of fury, reign of reason, all hell. Anybody want to venture a guess on that one?
That, I would imagine it's some character of Shakespeare's.
Julius Caesar.
I can't tell what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, I think you want to read it? You still will be able to figure it out.
Happy day.
I have no
when
idea.
All appetites controlled, all poison subdued, all matter subjected, mind. See, I don't even...
Yeah, it caught me there.
All conquering mind. Oh, mind. All conquering mind shall live and move the monarch of the world. Glorious consummation. Hail fall of fury. Reign of reason. All hail.
Sounds like some Roman speech. But we'll find out in a few minutes.
But I've read...
If you venture a guess, let Meredith know.
But I've read... I'll probably just get it right here by saying it can't possibly be Mark Antony's speech over the body of Julius Caesar. Because I was like, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me years. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Something about the good that men do are often interred with their bones. Something about the evil often lives after them, or something like that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he was not a king. Anyway.
Okay. Well, we will go on with the day's news and we'll come back to that.
Yeah, in Shakespearean style. We're going to write tomorrow's paper in Shakespearean iambic pentameter.
I don't know if I have enough time to do that. It would take me forever. So, speaking of Friday, it's Friday Night Football. It's the annual East-West rivalry game tonight. Oh. And we'll have sports coverage of that and a bunch of other regional football games. But we'll have a fan feature from Callie, who's going to the game. We'll have photos. We'll have all sorts of goodies, some video. And then, big story out of D.C. today. Sheriff T. Michael O'Connor has been nominated to be a U.S. Marshal. He hasn't been approved yet, but the president sent out a news release, or they sent out a news release.
And he was appointed.
He wasn't appointed.
He has to be confirmed by the Senate?
I think he has to be.
Oh, wow.
I think he does. That's what John's trying to find out.
So we're going to send somebody to Washington to cover that?
I hope not. I don't want to taint the minds of the people I work with.
Maybe we can pay someone a freelance, somebody who we know is in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Pay a freelance.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
To cover that hearing.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. You may charge too high of a freelance fee.
Well, not when his dad controls the purse.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so we're trying to get comment from T. Michael and from somebody in the Ranger's office just telling us what this means and how long this appointment or confirmation will take to get everything worked out.
Not to be, I mean, I never really thought of it. I've always assumed what I know what a U.S. Marshal does, but maybe we ought to just have a breakout box on what a U.S. Marshal's duties are. I assume it's like the big sheriff at the federal level.
Well, the guys who guard the courthouse, the federal building, they're marshals.
Okay.
They're federal marshals. We have the federal marshals on the criminal end who go out and investigate and make arrests, like Mr. Tinney. And
okay.
There's different jobs for marshals. just like they are for.
And they work with the U.S. Attorney,
Right.
Instead of
They
the
work on
DA.
the federal level, yeah. So pretty cool. Sheriff who I grew up knowing and worked with a little bit when I was in Angleton, his goal in life was always to be a U.S. Marshal. I don't know if he ever made it or not. So.
I'm thinking of Matt Dillon or Cahill, United States
I
Marshal.
like Matt Dillon better.
I like Cahill. I like John Wayne. Cahill, United States Marshal.
Matt Dillon had the crooks quivering in their pants.
Oh, I miss John Wayne. We need another John Wayne to come along.
There'll
Make
never
those
be
Western-
another John
make those
Wayne.
Westerns. I have a lot of them on Blu-ray. Train Robbers. I don't have Rio Lobo. I have Train Robbers.
4617 traffic.
Oh, hell.
So you can't even remember them.
Well, okay, I'm trying to think of what I have. But I know I have Train Robbers on Blu-ray. And, but I remember Chisholm, Cahill, U.S. Marshal, Rio Lobo, True Grit. You know, I really wasn't. But, I have Rooster Cogburn, the sequel, Rooster Cogburn. You know, when it was released, it was Rooster Cogburn and the Lady. But now they just call it Rooster Cogburn. But Katharine Hepburn is in it still. And, anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Memory lane.
But I don't think he's going to be quite that level of a marshal.
Motor vehicle accident is going to be involving 18-wheeler, single vehicle, McAdams at FM 237, bridge 1444, Kevin 1331, respond on EMS 1.
Lower Mission Valley Road.
It's a story here.
Something to think
Yeah.
about priority.
I didn't hear.
But involving Iraq.
18-wheeler.
So Caroline should go out there.
Hopefully they're listening over there.
John's normally pretty good about it.
Let me go check.
Ask,
My iPad is messing up.
okay, well, you go check and I'll just talk to Meredith and see if they heard what priority is. If it's a priority one, we need to go.
Okay.
Okay, so while Tony's working on that one, we also had a motorcycle wreck in Goliad on Wednesday night. The motorcyclist unfortunately died yesterday. So we have that story. We just posted it actually.
Rodriguez.
Then we have a feature bit on Jim Figg, who died a couple of days ago. We will get that in. He was well known in the art community for his photography classes and his artwork, and he won many awards. So we have a feature bit on him. We have a blood drive coming up at Walmart. There was a crash last night on Sam Houston that Tony covered on his way home. We're trying to get a follow-up on making sure everybody's okay. The paper, our paper, the Victoria Advocate, won an award today called the Shining Star Award. It's for our FOIFT, Freedom of Information Act, Texas coverage of the Calhoun Port and our work to get open records and transparency. And then Jessica, who's now a former reporter, also received a Texas Gavel Award for that work, her same work. That's her third Gavel Award to win, which is pretty amazing for one person over a 7-year period. So we'll have that. We'll have Victoria College tax rate adopted. Still that one story we're not talking about yet until we get it confirmed. Then on the
Lower Mission Valley Road and what?
McAdams,
I think
Yeah,
McAdams.
that's what John thought. McAdams, yeah.
Was it a 1 or a 2?
FM 237.
Okay, we probably need to
It was Hardy 1. Caroline went to go get water because we're going to tell her to go over there.
Okay.
It's a serious crash.
Okay.
We need someone to go out to. Come on back and get ready for that.
John said, yeah, I'm giving him the reporting training.
Well, she needs it.
Not the intern training.
She needs it.
The arrestor.
That's what she's here for. Okay, so we're working on figuring out we also heard a call of a wreck out on Lower Mission Valley Road, so we're trying to figure out what's going on there.
And McAdams.
At McAdams, or near McAdams Road. So once we find out something about that, get things confirmed, we'll post that online, so stay tuned and check online in probably about 30 minutes or so. We should have something. It takes a while to get out there. Okay, Faith is a story on Trinity Lutheran Church longtime pastor Barney Matoka, who just cat corner across from us. After 39 years as a pastor there, associate pastor and pastor, he's retiring. His wife, who's the music director, is also retiring. So we have a story. Yes.
We're trying to get the address for this route.
FM 237 and McAdams Road.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where's McAdams.
Off of 230.
Off of 237 and 236.
Yeah, it's involving a semi. Priority 1. McAdams Road?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of it.
I have.
But one in Victoria is not popping up.
I think I go towards Goliad, turn right on 237.
Yes.
And then just look for McAdams Road.
Yes.
I'll look for a big 18 when they're in right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John's just telling Caroline to go out there.
Okay, I'm heading out there.
You might want to give her tips if she seems...
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, so we have Barney Matoka's retirement. Now they're having a reception and party for him in October. He officially retires October 1, I think they said.
Who?
Barney Matoka, the pastor across the street
Oh.
at the Lutheran Church.
Okay.
And then sports. Hey Tom, here are you. We have the big East-West game that I mentioned early on. They'll name the MVP at the end of the game. And the students whose team wins, their school will get $1,000 prize and the traveling trophy. We also will cover El Campo at Wharton. Mike's going to that. They're going to dedicate their new stadium. And then we'll have a stringer going to East Bernard at Edna. And she'll be shooting that. And then we're also covering Gunado at Palacios. So we'll be everywhere. St. Joseph is playing. The game was canceled probably because of all the rain in Houston. So that freed us up for a stringer. Okay, cool.
Oh, I thought
And we have volleyball.
it's 236 is one of the 236 is
The Upper Mission Valley Road.
that's Mission Valley Road.
Upper.
Is that
There's the upper and the
Then
lower.
there's 1685 is the other one.
This is lower.
Lower.
Okay, so 237 goes way out there. Shoot. That's what messes me up.
That's why you need a big screen for your map.
Yeah, it could be Myersville, isn't it?
It's on the way to Myersville, yeah.
Mhm.
That's before you get to Myersville. Okay, so anything else in the world? We have in state we have a migrant mother and her child couldn't wait for their asylum court date anymore. They drowned trying to enter the United States. Wow. She was from Honduras. She and her son were found dead on the Rio Grande River, in the Rio Grande River last week. Texas raises sentencing for hit-and-run car accidents to the equivalent of DWI manslaughter. Wow, that's pretty brutal. A new law increases the punishment for failing to stop and render aid. Should match the sentence for DWI manslaughter. The goal is to deter drunken drivers from leaving the scene of an accident.
Oh, there's McAdams Lane. It's McAdams Lane.
Silane.
Lane, yeah.
Anything in the world we need to talk about? They're still threatening more sanctions against Iran. What else do I remember from my brief listening to the news this morning?
I did watch the top of the 7 o'clock on CBS, but I already blanked it.
Okay, we'll just stop at that point then. Okay, before we do the trivia question, just a reminder that if you're unable to go to a game, or if you're at a game and you want to know what's going on at another game, just look to our Avo Sports, and we'll have updates throughout the night as the games are covering, and if the public is tweeting game information from other games. It'll all be on our Avo Sports on our website. Please check there. And if you want the full coverage of whatever game you're interested in, then check our e-edition after their print deadline, and they will be updated as the night goes on.
Check the e-edition for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, e-edition for tomorrow, excuse me. So, we're going to repeat this long question, but who said this? Tom, you haven't heard this. So
Listen up.
who said this? Happy day when all appetites controlled, all poisons subdued, all matter subjected, mind, all conquering mind, shall live and move the monarch of the world. Glorious consummation. Hail, fall of fury, reign of reason, all hell. H-A-I-L.
The question is really, who cares? I mean, if you can actually make it through that and understand what the heck that's a different story, man. That should be the question. What does this mean in 5 words?
Summarize.
Yes. I don't know that, but I will guess Ernest Hemingway.
That's a good one. We were thinking Julius Caesar or some Roman speech.
Mark Antony.
Or some character of Caesar or Shakespeare.
And guess what? We're all wrong. As usual on these trivia.
John F. Kennedy.
Closer. Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln.
The quote comes from an address he gave on February 22nd, 1842 about alcohol and temperance.
He probably could have just said,
Well, he was
don't drink. It
He was
doesn't mix with anything.
definitely completely sober when he said it.
Maybe he
Or
was
was he?
drunk when he wrote it.
Or was he?
Oh, God.
I'm sure Mary Todd was not happy with this speech.
She was in her bedroom having a fit.
Or having a toddy.
Very fun little one.
Okay, with all that, we're going to sign off. Check in and keep up with our sports coverage tonight. We will be back Monday afternoon at 1:15 to start all over again. So y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you then.